All right, we are live. Thanks for joining me. My name's Taylor. I'm here at Strata Internal Performance. If you don't know me, I've been working at Strata since we opened, actually. So it's been about 6 years now. So it's pretty cool. We've been kind of dealing with this COVID stuff for the past year. And that's kind of why we're talking about Google reviews today. It's kind of a big thing. So, kind of to give you a little background on myself, I'm definitely not the top social media guy, as you can see. But Google reviews is something that I've seen to work pretty well with our clients and with our business. And that's kind of something that I want to talk about today. So, just in general, we all use Google. I mean, it's a huge company. Everyone does Google searches, whether we're looking up the newest iPhone, the newest laptop, just reviews on any kind of product we're looking at, or just trying to search something. So it's a big deal. It's something that we got to take advantage of, and it's easy to use, and it's something that we got to do. So, um, for us, like for example, say you're in a new town, you want to get something to eat, you're gonna search and see what's in the area. Now, say restaurant A, you want Greek food. There's two Greek restaurants. One, it's got a 5-star review. You can read the reviews saying fast service, high quality food, well seasoned, all those kinds of things. Another one that looks the same, got 2.5 stars out of 5 reviews, and some of those things are not so hot. They're saying, oh, slow, overcooked, not big portions, all those kinds of things. So that will certainly determine where you go, or where you take where you take your business. So for us in the personal training and exercise consulting world, Google reviews can be quite powerful. For us here at Strata, we really make sure that we talk to all of our clients about it, and that we try and get as many 5-star Google reviews as possible. Now, the big thing is, 5-star reviews are great, but especially for us in the exercise professional world, we want to have descriptions and as much personal experiences as possible from our clients. So I can give you a few examples. Um, if someone's say Brandon's talked about it before, Jane 65. So I actually have someone that fits that exact description and pretty much the same name. So for them, they're actually working with me for the past couple of years because they saw a Google review a few years ago when they did a search, and it said, I've been depressed for the past couple of years. I haven't been able to walk with my spouse because after my knee replacement, I did the physio, but it's never been strong enough for me to be able to walk long distances. Now, this client that I work with saw this review a few years ago when they were looking for someone to help them get stronger and work on their muscles, and they gave us a call first because they were reading through our reviews, and they read that one and called me because they wanted to talk to me about that specific issue. So I can say that's quite powerful. Now, in terms of examples, I know all of you can probably give at least one example of a time that you've done a Google review and you've seen a place have great reviews, great service, and that's where you've taken your business. Whether it's a car dealership, you're looking for a new car or to service your car, anything like that. And now for us, it's about, okay, how do we take advantage of the clients that we currently have? Because one captain obvious thing to say is all the clients that work with us obviously benefit from our service, and they enjoy working with us and find that we provide a professional service that they feel good paying for. So I see no reason why we can't ask every single one of our clients if they'd be open to doing a Google review. Now, most people have a Gmail account. A lot of people will maybe have their main email, and then a lot of people will have a Gmail as well. Of course, not everyone's going to have a Gmail, and that's okay because we do need a Google account to be able to do a Google review. Now, um, that's something that I've had a few clients where they were quite willing to make a Google account to do a review. Because when you ask people for help, uh, most people want to help, especially when they're in your world, they're in your circle already. they want to help you out. So, especially now with COVID, we want to take advantage of this time. So, if you're currently not able to see clients, a great thing to do when you're doing your weekly calls or bi-weekly or however you're checking in with your clients, if you're not doing virtual sessions with them or sending them email programs, something like that, what we can do is give all of our clients a call and check in, see how they're doing, get an update on that, give them maybe an update on the current situation in your area in terms of COVID protocols. And while you're on the phone with them, say, hey, um, I don't mind. I don't know if you feel comfortable with this or if you mind helping me out, but we're trying to get more Google reviews so that people can find us easier. Is that something you'd be open to doing to share your experience? And uh, I bet many people will be open to doing that. I haven't had one client that I've brought this up with, and I've asked pretty much every client that I work with, um, and all of them have been open to doing it. Now, of course, some people they're either busy or they forget. Um, it's certainly not to be expected that every single client's going to do this. But say you have 30 clients and you ask all of them, I'd say at least half of them are gonna make the effort and do it. So that's 15 reviews. And if you have somewhat of a diverse clientele, they're not all going to be saying the same thing. And now for us, when we ask for reviews, an important thing is um, making sure that they don't just give you a 5-star review. I mean, 5-star reviews are fantastic, but just the 5-star review on its own, it doesn't tell the whole story. Especially for us providing such an intimate personal service as personal training, and people are seeing us for very, very personal, emotional reasons often. We want to make sure that they're giving their story or their description of their experience with us, why they came to see us, and what people might expect from the service that we provide and their specific benefits that they've received. So I hope that makes sense. And I know for us here at Strata, that's been a big strategy that's helped us for sure. So I would say when you bring up the Google reviews, kind of make it as easy for them as possible. Send them an email, um, in a text message if that's the stream of communication that you have set up with that client. Make it as easy for them as possible, so that they so that they can get it done for you. To be honest, because oftentimes people will send out an email blitz saying, "Hey, we're trying to promote our business. If you could leave us a review, that would be great." Even though every client or someone who receives service from you would be open to doing that, an email's not a personable approach, and an email's not really gonna get it done for a lot of people. There's certainly businesses that I get emails from that I enjoy the service that I get from them, and would do a review for them. But when I receive an email, we get so many emails; it's so easy to pass that over. So we want to make it as personable as possible. Of course, face-to-face contact is certainly best, but right now that's a challenge. But phone call is definitely second best, and definitely quite a good option right now, because in terms of being able to communicate verbally is a big deal. So and now a strategy with that is don't just say it the first time and then not bring it up again. So a big thing for me that I found to be successful is that, one, when a client does uh, do the review, next time you see them, or calling them up and saying, "Hey, thanks so much for doing that review. It really helps me out, and it'll certainly help out other people that have similar challenges that you had when you first started seeing me, or coming here to Strata, and it really helps other people with similar issues um, find us." So make sure that the client feels valued, and that you're appreciative of that review. And the other thing is that, say after a week or so, if they haven't done the review yet, you've kind of periodically checked to see who's left your reviews, how that's going. You should get updates when someone provides a review for you through your Google account. If someone hasn't done it in a week, making sure that the communication is streamlined and appropriate bringing it up where, hey, did you get that link that I sent for doing the Google review? If not, I could resend it. I don't want to make it too much of a burden for you. And likely they'll say, oh, I forgot to do that, or oh, I wasn't sure exactly how to do it, and then I forgot to do it. Could you resend it for me? We want to make sure that we make it as easy as possible for them. Now, this is considered a pay later strategy in the FIST formula as part of the Fitness Pro Mentors program. This is something that can pay off down the road for us. So I know for myself, I can give you some profound examples for us here at Strata. In the past 6 months, even during this COVID situation, we've had more than 10 clients come from Google reviews. And how I know this is that for myself, I'm the one who does most of the intakes or the calls for new prospects that we get here at Strata, and then I work to put them with the best trainer or exercise professional based on their needs and their personality and who's going to probably be the best fit. So for that, when I ask them, hey, how did you even find us? Most of the time they say they've done a Google search and we've popped up first or high up, and they've seen that we have so many reviews, so many 5-star reviews. And then because this is such a personal experience and service, a lot of people are going to do their research, especially if they have pains or specific issues that they have emotional attachments with, or specific burdens on them that they're not just going to go anywhere for this. This isn't just, oh, I know I should exercise, I should get fit, I'll just do this. They're looking for a specific fit, and they may even feel uncomfortable reaching out to people because they're unsure or they're nervous. So when they read through these reviews, they can relate to a lot of the clients that we're already working with. It's something that they can connect to, and it builds some rapport without even talking to them. They oftentimes, when I talk to them on the phone, they're talking as if they already know me or already know one of the other trainers here, and they've had no connection with, because they've read a review. Hey, I read this review that one of your clients had a hip replacement and was very nervous of walking, especially in the winter outside when the surfaces are icy. And I've had those same issues, and it sounds like this person's really benefited from what you do. So that's why I've called. So that's really profound. And since it's a pay later strategy, this is passive lead generation. But you also get very high quality leads because people are reading these reviews and reading these experiences and stories from clients that we've worked with and that we currently work with, or that you work with. They get to experience that firsthand and kind of get a connection with either the facility, the business, or the individual trainer that the client is talking about. So I can say that that's been a huge thing, and that's something that I focused on quite a bit. And I'd say probably 25% of my business is through Google searches or Google reviews, in terms of that first contact or that first connection with a prospect that becomes a client. And like I said earlier, the quality of leads is so much higher rather than someone just doing a Google search for personal training in general, and they call you and they say, hey, I'm looking for personal training. I'm just calling around at different facilities. How much do you charge? What's your system? What's your packages like? Now that certainly does happen, and that's not a bad thing. Consumers want to get the best bang for their buck and find what's the best fit, and we all would do the same. If we're looking for a new car, and we're looking for a Honda, we might call 3 or 4 different dealerships in the area to try and see who's going to be the best fit, even though they're getting the same car and the same product. So because what we offer is such a individual product, and we're kind of selling our flavor of ice cream, and trying to match that to what they want and need, it's something that allows us to streamline and kind of funnel the type of people that we want to connect with, and that we want to and the type of prospects that we want to reach out to us. So in terms of that, there's something that I'm not as familiar with. This is something that Brandon's a lot more familiar with, but I've certainly seen the benefits of, is the more Google reviews you have, the more 5-star reviews, and the the more reviews with descriptions that you have, the more the more likely you're going to be closer to the top of the page when someone does a Google search. So our facility is located in Newmarket. If someone types in Newmarket personal training, we want to be as close to the top of that list as possible so that people see us first. So anytime you do a Google search for whatever it is, um, could be a new camera, you're likely going to click on those first couple links when you do that Google search. You're not going to scroll to like the 10th, 12th page or even the second page or even going to the bottom of the page. We're going to pick those first things at the top to look at first. And that's just how we've been groomed as consumers and as internet searchers. So for us, that's something that's pretty important, is trying to get you higher up on that list for your area. So um, that's something that's pretty important. And the more Google reviews you have, the more likely you are to be closer up on that page. And that's something that we've seen over the past few years, is that we've really bumped up our status in our area within kind of like the 30-minute area region of Strata's location. We've found that the higher up we get on that list, the more likely people are going to see our reviews, the more likely they're going to read those reviews, the more likely we're going to get those higher quality leads that we're looking for. So I highly recommend that you start talking to all of your clients about this and that you ask them for Google reviews. Now, of course, we got to massage that communication strategy. If someone's more of an A-type personality, making sure that you're communicating with them in the way that they like to be communicated with, and someone who's maybe a little bit more timid or nervous, or someone who's not as internet savvy, excuse me, making sure that you're communicating in a way that's a little softer and a little more to their needs, kind of asking them for help and saying, if you don't mind, do you think this is something that you could maybe help me out with? I could certainly help you with the setup and making sure it's as easy as possible for you to do it. So I think that's huge. And again, just to reiterate, I see no reason why we can't ask all of our clients. Of course, there's maybe going to be an example here or there, but those will be the outliers. I would say that for the bulk of our clients, this is something that we want to ask, and almost all of them will want to do this. I haven't had anyone say, "Oh no, a Google review. Why would I do that? I don't want to do that." They're working with us for a reason. They want more people to work with us. They don't want us to go anywhere. We want to position ourselves where, hey, we want to make sure that we have a strong business model, and that um, we're able to help more people, and that we can keep doing this for a long time and stick around for clients like you to be able to keep benefiting from our service. They don't want us to go anywhere. They want us to be strong and have a healthy business and reach the goals that we want to achieve. So make sure that you're doing Google reviews. If you got any questions, reach out to us. Ask your mentor. Ask Brandon in the comments and in the live chat, and make sure that you get this started right now. It's something that's fairly straightforward to do, and I think it could be very beneficial for you and all of your clients.